let's say we go down there and we see the 24-hour sun. Guess who is immediately on my list as the prime suspect shill CIA agent?
Shalom. Okay, now about that final experiment. Well, when you think about it, it cannot just be about a bunch of people traveling down south in Antarctica in order to observe the skies to see if there is a 24-hour sun. Doesn't make sense. And these are the reasons, that brought me to come to that first conclusion. Okay, first, if the Earth was a globe, and if there was a South Pole, so of course, there should have been already many observations of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica for years, for decades now. But so far, nothing. And even more, we have fake videos of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. So why make fake videos? You understand? So that's the first point. Okay, now two. We know that it's not easy to go to Antarctica. First of all, you have to have special authorizations. You have to go through a very heavy, bureaucratic procedure. You have very expensive fees in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And many times people that paid those fees, have been refused access to Antarctica. So it's not that easy. And sending like a 25 to 30 people team in Antarctica, you're talking about millions of dollars. Either somebody is paying for this, and to my mind, it cannot be like a small church pastor like Will Duffy using his private money to do so. So it can only be like an organization behind paying this, or these fees are being waived and the bureaucratic procedure is being flattened. So again, the same question, comes back. Who is behind all this? Who has the power, to facilitate such an expedition or to finance it? You understand? Okay, now just to reinforce these 2 points, the third point is this. For decades now, we are being told that there are scientists, working in Antarctica. So how come nobody thought about having one of these guys filming a 24-hour sun in Antarctica? Why wait so long, to have any videos of that 24-hour sun? And why spend, so much money, into such an expedition when we can have a guy willing to do so for maybe 10 grand? You understand? So this also doesn't make sense. Okay, that's the third point. Okay, now 4. Why wait until the end of the year 2024 to make that final experiment? Do you think it's a coincidence that that final experiment is being planned at the exact same time when China and the European Union are ready to launch their artificial suns in the air? Okay, now about these artificial suns. Do you really believe that the official reason we are being given by these nations for manufacturing artificial suns do make sense? Do you really believe they've been rushing and spending so much money into these projects just to find a new source of clean energy?
If you're worried about the potential consequences China's sun will have on our atmosphere, wait till we have 2 functioning artificial suns. You see, China's artificial sun has inspired other countries on the possibility of a clean nuclear power source, and now an even bigger fusion project known as ITER, the International Experimental Reactor, is being built in Marseille, France. This program involves 35 countries, including the UK, China, India, and the USA.
And then again, do you think it makes sense that these nations are manufacturing artificial suns 5 times harder than the sun, while warning the entire world against global warming?
China's artificial sun is a lot similar to our sun. In fact, it's more than 5 times hotter than the actual sun.
Okay, now that we've just seen that something is fishy around, the manufacturing of all these artificial suns by these countries and around that final experiment, let's analyze now the flat earthers, participating to that experiment. Let's see what's fishy about them.
Listen again. Anybody telling you that the 24-hour sun in Antarctica doesn't matter is a liar. Why? Because it's impossible on our mother model.
Okay, now the first thing is this. Something that has already been proven cannot be unproven, cannot be debunked. The Earth has been proved many times as being flat. The Earth has been proved as not being a globe. So we know that there is no South Pole. We have already proofs of that. Now, for a flat earther that understands this, that knows these proofs, and even more, that did contribute to establish these facts, going to Antarctica to see if there is a 24-hour sun in the South Pole is some kind of a rejection of everything he's been officially believing in so far, and a rejection of everything he has done so far. It is actually like a treason, like telling you, you know what, the flat earth, is just now coming back to a level of a theory. It's not something that has been established. You understand? So this is the first thing what's fishy in that attitude. That means that these flat earthers were in fact fake flat earthers. Some kind of disinformation agents being infiltrated into our movement to spread doubt about, the whole flat earth theory.
The flat earth model has no mechanism. There's no way to explain it. None whatsoever. Now, you might say, well, it doesn't change, Jaron, the fact that the ground is measured flat. Yeah, I get that. But also, if there's something that is impossible, that you are just going to say, well, I still believe what I believe, even though it has an impossibility, I have a problem with that.
So now what's even more fishy about these flat earthers is that in the same time you can see how they are attempting to divide and implode the flat earth movement by first of all attacking its veterans, the very pillars of the flat earth movement.
Do you understand that that person is trying to protect something? Now, maybe he's trying to cover his ass. Let's say we go down there and we see the 24-hour sun. Guess who is immediately on my list as the prime suspect shill CIA agent?
Eric Dubé.
It's the who brought us the map. So of course he's backtracking now. It's the map that he gave everybody. Where did I first see the AE map? Atlantean Conspiracy. Said it from day one. Okay, where did everyone else feel like they got their flat earth information from? Eric Dubé. Eric Dubé, who never mentioned flat earth before 2014, all of a sudden comes out with a book and has everything figured out come 2015. So if you can't see what a true shill is, I don't know if I can help you. I've always said there isn't a shill in the flat earth, but there may be one. This is a video from Banjo. Good guy, Banjo over there at Flat Earth Banjo Retardation and more.
Then by cursing and making fun of lots of flat earthers' religious beliefs.
This is a fucking Christian. Christians, you're sickening. You sicken me. You hear me? You see how people can get away with this Christian idea? Oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, then everything you say is right. Oh, you must be right about Jaron. It's a disgusting scapegoat, really. It's a disgusting excuse for being a disgusting human being.
And even more, by even attempting to deny the very existence of God, when we know that the flat earth movement actually leads to the recognition of God, because it leads to the true shape of the earth, including a dome onto the earth that could have never been the result of a Big Bang, but only of a divine intelligence.
My wife has some ideas. She thinks that I should summon Satan. She thinks that people can work with the devil. She said, what you need to do is you need to talk to Satan.
Okay, now since that final experiment seems to have brought back flat earth to a level of a theory, let me just now expose you another theory, the final experiment theory, as a CIA black op, whose objective is to implode and destroy the flat earth movement by infiltrating disinformation agents at its very highest levels and its lowest levels, and all the way through staging a fake 24-hour sun being seen in Antarctica and being endorsed by these so-called true and credible flat earthers, and in order to discredit the flat earth theory by having these non-flat earthers admitting publicly that they were wrong and that actually the earth is a globe. But that's a theory, of course, and I'm not using the term of CIA lightly. In fact, it's Gerard Campanella that helped me to understand that the CIA might indeed be behind this whole operation, not only because it's one of the only organizations in the world capable of pulling that off, but also by the fact that Gerard Campanella mentioned the CIA by trying to awkwardly protect himself.
Let's say we go down there and we see the 24-hour sun. Guess who is immediately on my list as the prime suspect shill CIA agent?
CIA is like the Fight Club. The first rule about Fight Club is that you don't talk about Fight Club. And believe me, if you work for the CIA, the first rule is that you don't talk about the CIA. So here again, Gerard Campanella has screwed up, thanks to you. And but all this, of course, is just like a theory. Okay, now I'd like to send a message to the people really in charge behind this whole thing, behind this whole final experiment. First of all, I admire your qualities such as patience, ingenuity, determination, and courage to invest so much into what you believe in. We could use some of you guys, into the Flat Earth movement for its next stage. Okay, now you should realize something. The people you are working for are falling. You can see yourselves as part of a huge sinking ship with the party still going on, on the bridge. And my advice will be to use the qualities that you have in order to spread the truth and not to fight it. Because to fight the truth for you is a no-win situation. So if you could add up to these qualities intelligence and help us to get rid of your evil masters, maybe we could have a better chance into bringing back mankind into a much healthier and much better world than it is today. That's it, just a thought.